Bakit hindi ka idinidemanda ng administrasyon?
Ba't niya ako didemanda? Si kapatid niya, demanda niya muna. Bago ako. You sue me for telling you you're a cocaine addict. Your sister said that. I'm just quoting her. O sige, you bring me to court for libel. I'll see you there in court. You know, you'll be required to take a hair follicle test. I will ask the court, Your Honor, to prove that I am telling the truth and truth is a defense in libel.
Ba't ka kumakampi ngayon sa anak? You were criticizing the father.
Teka, si Digong ba, si Sara Duterte?
No, correct.
Bakit? Di ba yan magkaiba? Walang shenanigans ito. Zero itong administration na ito sa anti-drugs. Sumobra naman si Digong doon sa anti-drugs. Ang EJK naman. But I have always been consistent.
You have.
I am against extrajudicial killing. But I said, nung dinakip nila si Digong, sobra na yun. Naawa kay Kitty.
Wala kang tayong mahabang pag-usapan ngayon. Attorney Rowena Guanzon, mga kapatid, exclusive interview dito kay Boy Abunda kung saan napakarami niya nilantad na baho ng administrasyon. Isa na nga ho rito kung sinagot niya ito kasing katanungan ni Boy Abunda, mga kapatid, na bakit hindi daw siya kinakasuhan nito administrasyon. Madali lang ho yan, mga kapatid. Sinagot niya na kung kakasuhan daw siya, bakit hindi unahin si Senator Amy? Bakit to? Kasi nga, mga kapatid, kumbaga kino-quote niya lang daw ho ito nga mga naging pahayag nito si Sen Amy sa kanya kapatid na, di ba, alam naman ho natin yung mga bulgaran na paglalantad ni Sen Amy na ganyan, di umano gumagamit ng white powder. Ganun din, mga kapatid, yung naging pahayag ni Atty. Guanzon na kung kakasuhan nga ho siya, bakit hindi mauuna itong kapatid niya? Dahil siya naman ho mismo ang naglantad lahat ng kabalbalan ni Bongbong Marcos Jr. Isa pa, sinagot din ho dito ni Atty. Guanzon, mga kapatid, na noon ng kapanahulan ni Pangulong Duterte, hindi niya naman daw talaga sinuportahan niya ang EJK. Hindi niya rin daw sinuportahan si Pangulong Duterte. Bakit daw sumusuporta ho siya ngayon kay Vice President Sara Duterte? Madali lang din ho yung naging sagot niya. Magkaiba daw ho kasi ito nga mag-ama. Magkaiba daw din ho nang alam niyo na. Pakinggan din na ho natin yung mga naging pahayag niya kasi marami pa ho yan. Sinabi niya na rin ho dito na by the year 2028, magtatakbo daw ho siya ng senador pero magiging independent siya. Gayun pa man, mga kapatid, pilit niya daw o ipupush niyang suportahan ng ating Vice President Sara Duterte. Kaya, mga kapatid, lahat ho tayo bigay ho natin ang ating suporta dito kay Atty. Guanzon dahil sa naging sitwasyon ho ngayon, hindi niya ho pinapabayaan, pinagtatanggol niya ho ang tama, nilalabanan ng korupsyon yung mga gumagamit din ng white powder katulad ho ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Kaya, mga kapatid, hindi lang ito si Atty. Guanzon. Nakikita niyo ho ba yun nasa ilalim? Si Kong Leandro Libiste, pag-uusapan din ho natin ang mga matitindi ho niyang paglalantad sa pagnanakaw ng Kongreso, ng administrasyon, lahat ho MOOE, tatalakayin ho natin yan. Kaya kung bago lang kayo sa ating channel, isang like, isang share, isang subscribe lang kung malaking tulong na yung na tayo. Pasigahan muna ho natin itong si Atty. Rowena Guanzon. Kaya mapatid wala tayong paligoy-ligoy pa.
So, I have like 6 dogs, and here in the suburbs, I have a small poodle. So I like dogs a lot. So when in my free time, I'd rather be with dogs than people.
When you remember your parents, if you can be more specific, ano yung naalala mo?
The one thing I will never forget, and I draw strength from it every time I feel that I need their guidance, is when I was around 9 years old. And, you know, I was born between 3 boys. So my father did the parenting. My mother was a politician, board member for 33 years. So my bonding time with my mother was removing makeup, putting on facial care at night, etc. But I was born between 3 boys, so I played with the boys. But what I remember really well is the time that they were talking in the sala. And usually I would stay with my mother until I'd fall asleep. And then I felt my father carrying me up the stairs, 18 steps, to my bedroom, and my mother beside her. and they were laughing at me. It was a very happy moment. I really, really miss my parents. So every time I feel under siege, I always say, Tay, what do you think? And I could hear him, fight.
Hmm.
And I could hear him, that's my girl.
Okay.
You know? So I have these conversations in my head with my
Okay.
parents. I think that's how I cope with a lot of stress.
If dad said fight,
Yeah,
anong sinasabi ng mama?
choose your fights.
Oh.
And my mother would be the one to tell me when to forgive.
Ang nakakatuwa lamang, dahil for somebody as strong as you are, for somebody as formidable as you are, ang moral compass mo, ang nanay at tatay, even sa buhay mo ngayon.
Oh, yes. And
Mhm.
of course, I was brought up by a Protestant father, a devout Catholic mother, and my father's sister, who did not marry, took care of us. She was also Baptist. So I was sent to Silliman University when I was 12 years old.
One of the best.
Yeah, Christian. I had a Christian education. And so I can say pretty much that my parents really made sure that we were brought up with Christian values.
When you were appointed mayor by President Cory when you were 27, which made you the youngest woman mayor of this country, how was that political experience?
When President Cory took over, I was told na mag-a-appoint na si Cory. So, I called Bishop Fortich and he said, we're going to nominate you to Cory. Sabi niya, ako and the president of Sugar Planters Association, we're going to Manila to nominate you. I said, not me. You know, I was 27. I said, may ate na lang. Kasi astig din yun. Sabi niya, no. Armin Gustilo is still alive. Ikaw kinahanglan, kaya isog ka. Sabi ko, si Bishop talaga ako pinili. So, he saw President Aquino. And he told me that for Cadiz, we nominate Rowena
And
Guanzo.
that's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
That's right.
And Nene Pimentel went to Bacolod to give me my appointment.
Yung kabuuan ng iyong karera, from politics to government service, and I'm talking about COA, the Commission on Elections, politics, even as a commentarist today, because you're one of the most powerful commentarists in my list. Ano yung pinaka-importanteng leksyon sa politika na baon-baon mo araw-araw?
Sa akin kasi, ang standard ko is if I can sleep with myself at night. Yung sinabi nila na bakit daw ako nagsara Duterte, I never hit Sara Duterte in the campaign. I was just anti-Marcos because I knew na siya naman magpipresidente.
Ayan mga kapatid, totoo ito sinasabi ni Atty. Rowena Guanzo. Hindi naman ho talaga sa pabor dito kay BP Sara noong kalaunan. Kasi ano ho talaga sa mga kapatid, piglawan ho yan, kinakampanya ho yan sila Lenny. Makikita naman ho natin, hindi naman ho siya naging plastic. Sinabi niya naman ho yan sa media. Sinabi niya na rin ho yan sa interview. Nakikita niya lang naman ngayon mga kapatid kung sino yung nasa tama, kung sino yung tuwid. Noon pa lamang ho mga kapatid, galit na ho yan sa mga Marcos. Mismo siya, sinabi ho niya ang kanyang pamilya. Galit ho sa Marcos mga kapatid. Kaya ito ho, dahil nakikita niya na isa pa malinis yung pangalan ni BP Sara sa COA, ginigipit niya, kaya ho siya nagalit, hindi naman sa bumaliktad mga kapatid. Inaalam niya muna ho kung sino yung inaabuso ng administrasyon, kung sino ho yung mga walang hiyang totoong nagnanakaw sa gobyerno. Sino ba yung mga gumagamit ng white powder? Isa pa, tingnan nyo ha mga kapatid, yung tatay ho ni Sara Duterte, ano ho ginawa? Idinawit lang ho yan sa EJK, hindi ho sa maidawit-dawit sa korupsyon, hindi ho madawit sa flood control. Bakit to? Kasi nga ho mga kapatid, yung mga Duterte, hindi ho talaga nagnanakaw. Sa ano sila dinadawit? Ayan, tignan nyo si Senator Bato, ka-aliado ni Pangulong Duterte. Dinawit ko ba siya sa korupsyon? Tanong ko ho yan sa inyo mga kapatid. Hindi ho. Saan ho sila dinadawit mga kat? Saan? Dinadawit lang ho sila sa EJK. Doon lang ho sila. Pilit. O tingnan niyo yung administrasyon ngayon. Ano yung pinakamalaking issue nila? Flood control. Trillion, billion. May nahuhuli na ho ba? Wala ho. Sino yung mga pinangalanan? Ang presidente. Yung mga congressman. Marami ho sila. Si Ralph Recto. Nandyan pa rin ho sa loob ng gobyerno at nagtatrabaho. Meron ho ba nangyaring hinuhuli? Tanong ko lang ho, wala ho. Ano ang pag-asa natin 2028 presidential election? Yan ho yung kinatatakot ng administrasyon. Kaya aligagang-aligaga ho sila na ma-impeach si Sara Duterte. Di ba?
Bakit ko naman naawayan yung Sara Duterte? Ko naman kilala yun. Vice President na naman tinatakbo nun. And they cannot say na hindi ko sinuport si Kiko. Kahit dun sa mga maliliit na mga rally dyan sa Quezon City, pinupuntahan ko. Tataas ko yung kamay ni Kiko where I was popular.
Right.
Alam ko naman na matatalo, pero I was committed, di ba? Ang ano ko lang is, I live by my principles. And, hindi pwedeng i-compromise ko yun. Di ba? People try to bribe me in Comelec. Hindi naman pwede. Awayin nila ako para, to shut me up. Hindi rin pwede. Di ba? Lalo na ngayon, di ba? When I have 2 TV shows, di ba? And some people are saying, oy, hinahinay ka naman dyan sa ganyan. Kaibigan natin yan. Kaibigan mo yan. Hindi ko naman yan kaibigan. Eh. So, I mean, I don't compromise on my principles.
Babalikan ko lamang yung Sara. I would make a guess kung bakit your critics are saying, bakit siya ngayon nakisara? Naalala ko, you made a very strong stand about former President Duterte when you were in the commission.
Yes, but I
The
did
substitution, remember?
I did not disqualify him.
No, you did not. And you also heavily criticized him on the Nun, remember the misogynistic comments of...
Oh, of course. I was chair of the
did.
gender committee.
Ako yun lang ang nakikitang koneksyon na parang, ay, ba't ka kumakampi ngayon sa anak? You were criticizing the father.
Teka, si Digong ba, si Sara Duterte?
No, correct.
Bakit? Di ba yan magkaiba? Di ba babae ito? Ito na ako sa babae. Di ba? Sure ako na walang shenanigans ito. Zero itong administration na ito sa anti-drugs. Sumobra naman si Digong doon sa anti-drugs. Ang EJK naman. But I have always been consistent.
You have.
I am against extrajudicial killing. But I said, nung dinakip nila si Digong, sobra na yun. Naawa kay Kitty. And I told Kitty personally. And I told friends who are Duterte personally, that's when I turned. Hindi naman kailangan gawin yan eh. And look, Bam Aquino agrees with me. Nauna ako magsabi, o yan si Bato at si Bongo. Eh dito na sila elitist. Kasi sabi naman ng administration, the justice system is working. Oh, in fact, the justice system is working.
Ayan mga kapatid, malinaw na justice is working. Saan ho galing kay Atty. Rowena Guanzon? Comelec ho yan mga kapatid, former Comelec Commissioner. Ang taas ho na naging posisyon yan dyan sa gobyerno. Naging former mayor din ho yan. Marami hong alam sa batas, kaya nga ho tinatawag na attorney. Tsaka isa pa mga kapatid, si John Vic Rimula na ho ang nagsabi na hindi niya daw huhuli si Bato para keso lumabas ho talaga si Senator Bato. Pero tingin niyo ho ba, paniniwalaan pa ho natin yan si John Vic Rimula matapos ho ang ginawa nila sa ating former president. Binobola-bola lang ho nila yung si former president noon nung pauwi ho siya sa Japan na walang waranto para sa ICC. Tingnan nyo, nung pababa ho sa airport, ilang libong pulis ho yung nandoon, humuli. Wala naman ho warrant talaga yung ICC noon mga kapatid. Inilabas lang ho yung warrant nun kay Tatay Digong. Nandoon na ho siya sa ICC Netherlands. Nilipad na ho siya. Diba? Ganyan mo kawalang hiya itong administrasyon. Pilit lang ho silang idinadawit sa AJK pero sa corruption, hindi ho sila madadawit kasi nga hindi magnanakaw yung mga Duterte at yung mga kaalyado ng Duterte. Diba?
Bongbong Marcos is now being required by the Supreme Court to comment on whether or not he should have a hair follicle test. Oh, the justice system is working. So, hindi ba ICC lamang dahil we already withdrew from the Rome Statute? Ang sinasabi ko lang, kung galit kayo kay Digong, anong tingin nyo dito kay Sara? 129 million na confidential fund. Itong malita-malita, hindi kayo galit? Ano yung mga akbayan na yan? You will compromise? Kayong mga ibang kakamping na mga friends ko pa kayo dyan. But most of the lawyers naman don't think that way. Basta lang hindi si Sara Duterte. Magmamarcos na kayo ngayon. Sige, sumama kayo kay Martin. Wala na, si Martin kukulong na ni Remulla. Wala na. John Vic na kayo or whoever. Just because you don't want Sara Duterte. Ano ba ang ginawa sa inyo ni Sara Duterte? Kung may ginawa sa inyo si Digong, Ano siya? He's already he's a lonely, hurt man. I'm afraid that he's going to die of a broken heart even before he could die of a disease there. So, we are talking about a country that's already, a failed state. And you tell me, a Marcos candidate can still fix this?
Tama.
Kaya hinahamon ko sila lahat, magdebate sa akin. Ako, debatehin nyo. Hindi pa ako senador ngayon, pero bakit?
Attorney B, sino ang kandidato ni Marcos?
Hindi pa niya alam kung sino kandidato niya. May si John Vic. Wala na si Martin kasi, di ba? May si John Vic. They were playing it up na si Lenny, baka si Marcos. Nag-pink-pink pa siya na socks para lang to court. Lenny, you think Lenny will run with you? I know her personally. Hindi man ako pumupunta sa Naga, pero alam ko ang pag-iisip niyang.
Palagay mo bakit hindi ka dinidemanda ng administrasyon?
Ba't niya ako didemanda? Si kapatid niya, demanda niya muna. Bago ako. Why will you sue me? You sue your sister first. You sue me for telling you you're a cocaine addict. Your sister said that. I'm just quoting her. O sige, you bring me to court for libel. I'll see you there in court. You'll be required to take a hair follicle test. I will ask the court, Your Honor, to prove that I am telling the truth and truth is a defense in libel. I move that the court will order Mr. Marcos Jr. to take a hair follicle test. Oh, ba't niya ako isusu, boy?
Martin Romualdez, made his first, in his words, statement in the context of the Zaldico arrest in Prague, etc. Ano ang iyong
Ang
comment?
title ko dyan is, The Scapegoat Strikes Back.
And he called himself that. And I'm not going to go alone, and I'm going to squeal. I know the story.
I'm not going to go alone.
I'm not
taking
gonna go
you
alone.
with me.
Right.
Alam mo si Martin, English speaking yan Waray kuning lang yan Hindi naman marunong yan magwaray. English speaking talaga yan. Kaya siya talaga yun. Hindi yun fake. And if you think that you will throw me under the bus, English na English kukulong ka na. Malapit na akong magpapiesta sa amin, Martin ka. Remember, Martin, di ako pinaupo. Panalo kami sa P3. Panalo na kami sa Supreme Court. Sinabi, wag lang si Attorney Guanzon. Yung substitution niya hindi valid, maglagay ng ibang substitute. Maglagay kami ng ibang substitute. Ayaw pa rin niya paupuin ang P3PWD. Oo, ngayon, tanggal ka, Speaker. Makukulong ka pa. In the end, ako wala lang ako, boy, kasi naniniwala ako sa Biblia. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Hindi ako. Kaya, ako, lahat itong nangyayaring ito sa buhay ko, sabi ko talaga, hindi pa naman tapos ang nobela. Diba? I always say that there is a God. There is a God. And there is God's justice. And that's what Martin is gonna get now. I think that finally BBM was convinced by his gang that we have to give them Martin's head. Otherwise, the people will keep on attacking you. And if John Vic is going to run, we might as well give the people some good news. Imagine if Boying Remulla will send Martin to jail and he stands there with his brother. Diba? Kami mga Remulla, magigiting kaming kabitin nyo. kahit na yung Martin na yan, ipakukulong namin para sa bayan. O, di ba, bongga?
Pero
Ang
sabi ni
ganda ng
Claire
storya.
Castro, wala naman daw sinabi na presidente sa statement si Martin
Ay,
Romualdez.
baka naman mahina ang kanyang comprehension. Siyempre, Castro will just defend Bongbong Marcos. That's her job. Pero obvious ba? It's the
Executive.
executive.
Oo,
Mm.
executive ang kanyang sinabi.
But, and I said this in one of my shows, do not forget, Martin, that this is a conspiracy. So it is not correct when you say that all this corruption happened during the executive portion of the budget. This corruption, and I'm saying this, began even before you wrote the budget. They were already selling, brokering, trading projects. And the DPWH's crooks in the DPWH station all hang. They put that in the NEP. Nandyan na yung 30% ng mga kickback. Nandyan na yan even before it reached the office of the president and it became the NEP in the House of Representatives. He cannot say he did not know. Napakatanga mo namang speaker na hindi mo alam that the conspiracy began when you approved that budget na pinasa mo yan, pinirmahan mo yan, gaganong-ganon ka pa doon sa budget, o picture ka pa dyan, smile ka dyan, yay, gaganong-ganon pa siya. Kung sinasabi mo ngayon na hindi mo pala alam. And the act of one is the act of all. And the first one should be Martin Romualdez. But who's the second one? Di ba si BBM? Pwede bang magka-budget na hindi niya pinirmahan dahil nandun yung 100 billion niya na insertion? But Saldico said, nag-deliver siya ng 25 billion kickback kay BBM.
Pinangalanan ni Martin Romualdez, Chis Escudero, Zaldico,
Oh, why
a
not
small
Grace po?
committee.
Bakit hindi si Grace po?
Bakit?
Hindi ko alam. That's why I'm asking. Bakit wala ang Finance Committee chair ng Senate? Si Grace po na may mga insertions din. Na tumakbo din ang party list yung anak niya. Diba? I mean, ano ba to? Selective ba itong na to?
Attorney Bing,
Justice na ito?
sa lahat ng ingay nito, sa lahat ng mga nangyayari, the war in Iran, itong mess dito na nangyayari sa Pilipinas, ang dami-daming flood control, hirap ng buhay, unemployment.
Ayaw pa rin ni BBM mag-resign.
Is that the solution?
It is the solution. What did Secretary Winnie Monsod, was my professor in calculus economics. Former Secretary Monsod said, I am not optimistic that this administration can still reform and fix our problems because the people around Bongbong. Because of the people around Bongbong.
It's 2 years to elections. What's going to happen? To your mind, ano bang mangyayari?
I think if I were to advise Martin Romualdez, he should tell all and say, and be honest with the Filipino people and say, well, this is BBM's doing.
Okay.
I would never have done it. Hindi ko naman sinasabing wala akong kasalanan, pero hindi naman pwedeng ako lang. Kay BBM to, this design, this scheme was presented to him, of course, but he approved it. Once Romualdez does that, protests will continue.
You were with Tita Miriam Santiago.
I was chief of staff
You were chief of staff.
after I arrived from Harvard. Yeah.
What did you learn from her?
Oh, she was very smart, highly intelligent. Especially in yung critical thinking, Miriam was superior intelligence. If you notice, she brought her fights in the Senate and in the public opinion.
Anong namana mo kay Tita Miriam Santiago?
Yung to analyze all these politicians, really, lahat yan sila may interest. So when you deal with them, isipin mo lagi, anong interest nito? There was one time, ayaw niya talagang pumasok sa meeting ng mga senador. Ako pinapunta eh. Senate President Gonzales was Senate President. Imagine we were all senators in a caucus. Ako lang isa. And they called me mayor. Oh, Mayor Gonson is representing Senator Santiago. And this is in the Commission on Appointments, term sharing with Hunasan. Nakuha naman namin. Pero you can imagine na ganun ang role ko sa kanya.
Attorney B, you're a seasoned warrior. What battle scarred you the most?
So yung when I ran for Congress and I lost. in 1992. Kasi noon, walang vote buying 98. Nalo kami lahat. Digong, ako, Tommy Osmeña, Jesse Robredo, Badoy. Wala pa kasing vote buying 88 eh.
Mhm.
Kasi lahat ng mga tao ni Marcos, nagbabantay pa kung ano ba to, baka seryosohin tayo ni Cory. Kumili control tayo. In 92, vote buying na, nag-start na mga vote buying. Saka I ran against the incumbent. Because I ran with Danding Coangco, who was eventually became my client, no?
What did you learn from that loss in 92?
Lesson ko doon, number one, you don't run against the incumbent unless you have a lot of money.
Okay.
Number two, wala pang social media noon eh. If I had a lot of money and I had this social media now, talo ko yun. Kasi yung personality noon, ano eh,
Mhm.
medyo ano lang ba, yung nice guy lang, ganyan. Iba ang gumagawa ng mga, ano niya siguro, mga gawain niya. Pero siya mismo, nice guy lang. Until now, sabi ko, kumusta? Sa president na ako, ng homeowners association ko. Kumayo ka pa. Payo ka pa, presidente ka na.
Let's talk about the impeachment. Mabilisan lamang. Your thoughts.
Impeachment? Golly. This impeachment is a kangaroo court. This Luistro has no shame. Imagine, what? They lost already the first impeachment case. The ruling is that the requirement of due process under the Constitution, should be complied with at every step of the way. So now they're doing this hearing because they want to comply with that due process. But what does it show? Does it show fairness? No. Does it show impartiality? No. Kasi si Luistro, even her Congressman Marcoleta, she struck out his comments of the record. Buti na lang may Congresswoman Jennifer somebody from Misamis who was vice chair and put the same objection,
Mhm.
retained it in the records because she was vice chair. And then there's Congressman Garbin. But si Marcoleta, who is really pro-Sara, talagang she struck him down. And is that fairness?
Mhm.
Is it due process when
Probable cause ang hinahanap nila ngayon, di ba?
how can that be? Kasi sufficiency in form and substance lang eh.
And there's a third one. Sufficiency in,
Form and substance.
and a third one,
There's only two.
may pangatlo, according to Congresswoman Luistro, sufficiency in grounds.
But that's in substance. The sufficiency in grounds is already in substance.
Okay.
Gawa-gawa na naman siya eh.
Is this going to go to the Senate?
Alam nyo naman yun. You have the numbers? Go ahead, file it. But are you going to win?
When you run for the Senate, Attorney Bing, anong isisigaw mo?
Anti-corruption. Zero tolerance for corruption. At saka talagang the system of prosecution and punishment should be reformed. Yung mga fiscal dyan na mga corrupt, tatanggalin natin yan. Siyempre, due process. Pero alam naman natin kung sino yan sila eh. Di ba? Yung mga corrupt sa gobyerno, alam din naman natin yan sila. Sa Department of Agriculture lang eh. Tingnan nyo naman ginawa nyo. Hindi na kayo naawa sa tao. Secretary Chu Laurel. Aba, yung sibuyas ngayon eh. Kamatis ngayon, 5 piso na lang 5 kilo. Grabe, pinamimigay na lang oh. Bakit ka nag-import ng sibuyas? Alam mo naman na mag-harvest na yung mga tao, lalo na yung Nueva Ecija. Grabe ka, Secretary Chu Laurel. Wala ka ng degree sa agriculture. Ginawa ka dyan na Secretary of Agriculture. Tapos ganito ginawa mo sa farmers natin.
Nahuli ba talaga si Zaldico sa Prague?
I don't think so. Because it's a deportation eh. Meaning it was not intended as a capture. Kita mo, sabi niya, kaya lang si BBM para sumikat siya, una-una na naman siya. Lagi ka na kukuryente kasi hindi ka kung sino-sino lang dyan. Eh. You'll make an announcement para nauna ka. It's not a capture. It's an immigration matter. He will be deported. Actually, boy, they don't want him to be returned to the Philippines. They don't want. That's why now they know na talaga ibabalik siya dito because that's what Prague will do. And once he's deported, he's going to squeal. That's why si Martin, yung confluence of events, makikita mo na.
Mm.
And you know, the health of BBM is failing. Kunyari pa siya, jumping jack siya dun eh. Sabi niya, I challenge anyone na mag-ano daw sa gym niya. Ako, pareho na naman tayo edad eh. Ako, I'll accept your challenge. Di ba? Ano? Jumping jacks o walkathon. Walkathon, 5 kilometers sa Luneta. Sinasabi niya lang yan pero hindi niya gagawin. Paano ka magde-decide naman para sa bayan ng tama? Eh kung cocaine addict ka, Maria. Eh kung alcoholic, baka pwede pa eh. Pero cocaine addict. Hindi talaga pwede. Commander-in-chief pa.
Kayo ba ni Vice President Sara nag-usap na ng formal na ikay tatakbo pagka senador sa 2028?
Alam niya na po. Hindi pa kami meaning yung nakaupo na may listahan na siya. Wala pa siyang listahan eh. But
She's aware that...
of course she's aware.
no, I mean, you know, that you want to run under her.
Well, I'm sure she watches the news. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She's aware.
Walang formal pang, as in your words, umupo kayong dalawa.
Because
Wala
I
pa.
said I will run as an independent eh. But
Okay.
I will support Sara Duterte.
Okay. We can listen to you forever, but we have to do fast talk.
Fast talk.
We'll have to do fast
You're gonna
talk.
ask me. I watch it eh. I watch some. And
Kailangan.
you're gonna ask me, sex or chocolates? Sex!
Mamaya-maya ho yan, okay? Narito tayo. I mean, to end this interview, we'll do fast talk with the one and the only Attorney Rowena Guanzon. Negros Occidental o Manila?
Negros Occidental.
Maroon o blue?
Maroon.
Pretty girl or pretty boy?
Pretty girl.
Love at first sight or love at first night?
Love at first sight.
Bardagulan, payapang usapan.
Bardagulan.
Mayor o senador?
Senador.
Hindi naka-Rolex o hindi naka-Gucci?
Hindi naka-Rolex.
Alive, aware, or awake?
Awake.
TikTok, Facebook?
Facebook.
Favorite moment with your mother?
Removing makeup.
Unforgettable learning from Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago?
All these people have personal interest.
Matigas o malambot?
Matigas.
Magnanakaw, sinungaling?
Magnanakaw.
Katotohanan o katahimikan?
Katotohanan.
Tapang o takot?
Tapang.
Fame, respect?
Fame.
Mind or heart?
Ha?
Makinig o magsalita?
Magsalita.
Just or compassionate?
Just.
Rule of law or rule of love?
Rule of law.
Power or influence?
Power.
Truth hurts or truth heals?
Truth hurts.
Forgive or forget?
Forgive.
Today's win or long-term change?
Long-term change.
Individual voice or collective action?
Collective action.
Small steps or big moves?
Big moves.
Serve quietly or inspire loudly?
Inspire loudly.
Legacy or impact?
Impact.
Kung hindi ka abogado ngayon, ano ka?
Writer.
In your alone time, sinong iniisip mo madalas?
Siyempre, the love of my life.
Para kanino ka lumalaban araw-araw?
Para sa bayan.
Anong hindi mo kayang ipagpalit?
Yung prinsipyo ko.
Kailang ka huling napagod?
Last week. Hinika ako.
Ano ang nagpapalakas sa'yo?
I wake up every morning knowing I have a purpose.
Kanino ka tumatakbo pag nasasaktan ka?
Siyempre, to the love of my life.
Ano ang isang bagay na gusto mong marinig sa nanay mo ngayon?
Choose your battle.
Ano ang pinakamabigat na desisyon na ginawa mo?
Ito, yung tatakbong senador.
Ano ang kinatatakutan mong mawala?
Yung respeto.
Ano ang hindi mo mapapatawad?
Pag nanakaw sa bayan,
Tatanungin ka ng Diyos, anak, saan ka nagkamali? Anong isasagot mo?
the worst that I can do, and I think, I don't know if it's a sin, is sometimes I think about murdering some people. You know?
Gala o tulog?
Kolo.
Online shopping or mall shopping?
Mall.
Screen-
Dami pa picture sa mall eh.
Screenshot o resibo?
Resibo.
Trolls or fake news?
Fake news, fake news.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Umaga o gabi?
Gabi.
Tahimik o maingay?
Tahimik.
Beach o bundok?
Beach.
Chat or call?
Call.
Online or offline?
Online.
Favorite comfort food?
Matchoy.
Movie or series?
Series.
Planned or go with the flow?
Planned.
I feel sexy kapag
When I'm wearing silk pajamas.
hinding-hindi ako magagalit kay
Love of my life.
kunin mo na ang lahat sa akin, wag lang.
The love of my life.
Ang sayaw ng buhay ko ngayon ay
Hawak ko ang beat. Hawak ko ang kabit.
kung gagawan mo ng headline sa dyaryo, ang buhay mo ngayon. Ano yon, Attorney Big?
Rowena Guanzon. Lumalaban pa rin.
Sexy time or playtime?
Sexy time.
Ibabaw o ilalim?
Ibabaw.
Ikaw ang magyayaya o ikaw ang yayayain?
Ako magyaya.
Lights on or lights off?
Lights off na may konting on.
Is that sex or chocolates? Best time for sex.
Night.
Sa lahat ng ito sa iyong buhay, Attorney Bing, are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy.
And if you were given a chance to write your epitaph, as a last question, how would that go? Attorney Rowena Guanzon.
Here lies Rowena Guanzon, a loving daughter, servant of the people, and faithful to her loved one. Ah,
And to many of us,
grabe na ba? May epitaph
no, no,
na
no.
ba?
But for many of us, we always say she loved this country and she was never afraid. And she inspired. Maraming salamat.
Wow.
Yun nga ho mga kabit, sa naging mensahe ho ni Atty. Guanzon, napakaganda ho niya. Isa pa mga kabit, ang narinig naman na ho natin mga kabit na yun, by the year 2028, tatakbo siyang independent for senator. Susuportahan ho ba natin siya o hindi? Kayo ho ang nakakaalam niyan. Kasi sabi niya naman ho, kayo magiging independent siya mga kabit. Susuportahan niya ho ang ating VP Sara. Kaya kasi direkta naman ho tayo dito kay Kong Leandro. Marami ho siyang pasabog at patutsada dito. Kaya dito wala na ho tayo paligilitan.
Narito tayo sa harap ng House Committee on Accounts kung saan inaasikaso ang 18.58 billion peso MOOE budget ng Kongreso na katumbas ng 58.4 million pesos kada congressman. Noon ko pa tinatanong kung saan ito napupunta at hindi pa ako nakakakuha ng mga malinaw na sagot. Pero ang balibalita ay may mga extra na binibigay ngayon, kaya nais kong tanungin ang House Committee on Accounts kung paano ko makuha ang MOOE para sa aking opisina. So, naghihintay lang tayo para sa mga cheque para sa aking opisina. Hindi pa po. So, and for who? Director net. So, kumusta ang account? Hey, video. Hello. 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 Kamusta po ang accounts? Kamusta po? Okay lang po. Malapit na kasi ang session eh, kaya hintayin ko lang po yung mga check eh. Thank you. So can you give me a breakdown of what these are? Sige. Kumbaga, this is my basic monthly MOOE. Okay. But this one is, where's the part where I need to sign? Okay. The other gentleman, what is his name? The other guy a while ago. Can we ask the others to join who can explain how the budget's allocated? Because my interest is actually in aid of legislation and not for myself. So I would like to make transparent how the House budget is utilized. Okay, thank you. Kita ko lang mga check eh. So, ito po ang cheque para sa aking district operational expenses. Kasama po dito ang local travel, communications, representation, at public affairs fund na binibigay buwan-buwan. Pero hindi kailangan magbigay ng mga resibo. Itong halagang 718,670 ay liquidation by certification. Basta pumirma dito ang congressman, hindi na hahanapan ang mga resibo para sa halagang ito. Pero kung idadagdag natin lahat ng mga checking ito ay mga almost 1M per month. Pero times 12, times 318 congressmen, no. Yes. You sir are part of the committee. Sir, I just want to understand the allocation of this MOE budget. Okay. Okay. Oh, sikreto. Sino po yung nakakaalam? Was he here a while ago? Okay. Can we ask her to come here? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So itong 718,670, hindi lang 3 or 4 billion na talagang necessities ng Kongreso. Gusto ko lang malaman saan ang natitirang 10 billion. At may mga aligasyon na gusto natin bigyan ang Kongreso ng pagkakataon para sagutin na may hindi pantay-pantay na alokasyon o paggamit ng natitirang 10 billion pesos na MOOE na ito. Actually, last year ko pa tinatanong ang Committee on Accounts ang alokasyon nito para sa bawat opisina sa Kongreso at hindi po ito sinasagot, pero sana ngayong araw bibigyan ng linaw ito ng Committee on Accounts. Maghihintay lang po tayo para sa kanila. Yun a year yan. Kung 18 billion yung MOE budget, saan napupunta yung natitira? What is your position here? Hindi ka LSO. Ito SLSO. Iba pa yun sa LSO. I know, but it's legislative supervision ang responsibility ninyong lahat. But what difference do you do and what you do? Baka pwede ako magpaskamag ng bulungan tayo. Hmm. Kailangan kong punta na sa session. Kailan kaya babalik si... Hmm. Hmm. Ayoko kasing kita ko eh. Kaya dinadak. May natira pa. Pero yung OOE ko, paano? Oo. Hindi, pero ang gusto kong malaman, totoo ba na 18 billion yung OOE budget? Nasa gaan naman. On the record na tayo. On cam. Wala kang authority. Okay. Okay. Sige, basta wala ka naman dun sa cam. Ako na lang yung mag-on cam. I-explain ko. Okay? Okay. Mga 10 minutes to go at magsisimula na yung plenary sa House. Kaya siguro babalik na lang tayo dito mamaya para tanungin ang House Committee on Accounts for the nth time kung paano ginagamit ang 18.58 billion peso House MOOE budget. Uulitin ko lang po, ang congressman ay may mahigit kumulang 1 million pesos per month para sa kanilang basic office budget. At kung i-multiply natin yan by 12 and 318, umaabot ng mga 4 billion. Meron pang mga bonus. At baka ang leadership ay may iba pang mga ginagastos. Kaya baka umaabot sa, sabihin mo na 7 or 8 billion. Tapos meron din iba pang mga necessary expenses naman ng Kongreso. Kaya may natitira siguro na 8 to 10 billion pesos ang Kongreso para sa extra expenses. At gusto kong malaman kung saan napupunta ang extra expenses na ito dahil doon ko pa tinatanong ang Kongreso at kumpara sa ibang mga komite na napaka-transparent pagdating sa internal budget ng House of Representatives. Pwede kong i-encash lang ito at wala naman makaka-check kung talagang ginamit ko ang mga budget na ito para sa kanilang intended purpose.